Hey guys, recently I got myself a badge. It's a Harley Benton, and I just learned my first song. Okay, so it's quite obvious that I have a lot to learn, but yes, just wanted to show it off. Yes, recently I've been using ChatGPT to explore a little bit about tobacco. And it seems to me that burley is a tobacco that falls in my favor. So, as you may know from my last video, or perhaps you haven't seen it, I acquired some McBurn's burley blend. And I just finished a bowl because I'm trying to explore what burley does. And here I have in this pipe old Joe Krants. And now I'm gonna try and see how burley does in relation to other tobaccos. Now, at first hand, on the first light, the old Joe Krants is a lot more tangy, but in the burley world, and the sweetness is very much more prominent. But yes. In my last video I mentioned that I wanted to try old Joe Krants, but haven't got around to it. And then as I was putting the tobacco in a new jar, I realized that I already had tried it and smoked it all the way through. And that's why I almost couldn't remember it, because I smoked the whole tin very quickly because I liked it a lot. And that kind of confirms my feelings about burley. I would say that old Joe Krants is a tobacco for burley lovers. Absolutely. Maybe almost like a celebration of burley. But yes. I packed this bowl very lightly because I don't want to over smoke it, and the tobacco kind of gets muddy, you know, when you smoke it too fast, and the flavor kind of goes down the drain, and that whole bowl is now been wasted, and the enjoyment is kind of hard to get back, the good taste of it. But yes, it tastes very nice. But I find that old Joe Krants is very delicate, and like when you smoke it, it can be kind of sensitive in the way that if you smoke it too fast and like don't care too much about how much or how you smoke it, the flavor that you're trying to taste disappears and turns into like a muddy kind of flavor. Yes. I forget to smoke and talk way too much. But yes, it's very tangy in relations to McLaren's Burley Blend. But the earthiness of a burley and like the dark flavor notes and the almost kind of coffee, brownie kind of notes are really enhanced in old Joe Krants. Yeah, so come. Right, my son just wanted to say goodnight. But, yes. Where was I? Yes, the flavor. The flavor of burley in the old Joe Krants. It seems to me that the thing about it being like almost a celebration of burley and like trying to see what burley can do when you give it a little bit more attention and like try to taste it in relations, in proper relations to other kinds of tobacco like the Perique and the Virginia. It can definitely do something. But yes, I found out about this through the usage of ChatGPT. Now, that's a very controversial thing because, people talk about ChatGPT just being like a yes man for you. But in exploring tobacco, I find that ChatGPT is like a good companion because it has a lot of, it has access to the internet. It's like talking to somebody who's tried all tobaccos. And it has really helped me trying to find what falls in my flavor, which seems to be kind of like earthy, dark blends, like my parents' Burley Blend, Old Gary, also a dark blend, Marlin Flake, an even darker blend, and yes, blends like that. And I probably wouldn't have realized it without the help of ChatGPT, not in the amount of time that it's taking me, because I've been using ChatGPT for about half a year in exploring tobaccos, talking about, just conversing about tobacco. And also this little experiment I'm doing right now, of course, I've been suggested by ChatGPT. And it's right. You can really feel like what does the burley do in this kind of relation to Virginias and Perique. Now, ChatGPT told me that Old Joe Krants is kind of a powerful blend in taste. It's like a full-bodied smoke. And when it first mentioned that, I was like, no, it's not. It's very sensitive and very like tasty. It's in no way at all overwhelming for me. But then talking more about it with ChatGPT, I realized that from my personal point of view, I'm a person that handles nicotine very well. I can smoke a lot of nicotine and I handle it very well. So that's no problem at all for me. And also, I've also been smoking cigars, and before even delving into cigars and pipe tobacco, I smoked cigarettes like a damn locomotive. So, of course, I handle nicotine very well. But yes, if you like burley and enjoy a good nicotine tobacco, old Joe Krants might just hit the spot for you. But the thing is, you gotta be very gentle when you smoke it. This video here, I talk a lot as I smoke, and the pipe dies out as I speak. But in this case, it really comes to my favor, because it is better to let your pipe die out than trying to keep pushing it, keep trying to keep it lit by huffing and puffing on the pipe, and that way you get to that muddy flavor and texture as you smoke it. That's not the point of this kind of tobacco. You gotta really have patience, take your time, and pack it lightly. That way you kind of ensure more delight. So far, this bowl has been tasty, delightful, and flavorful, and in relations to McBaron's Burley blend, I can definitely see what a burley leaf can muster up of flavors. Besides that, I've talked a lot about burley, but old Joe Krants also has Virginia, also has Perique, and I've discovered that Perique is absolutely also a kind of tobacco that I can enjoy very much. You can see I've went about halfway in the bowl, trying not to smoke too much, but this goes very well, perhaps with a cup of coffee or something like that. So yes, if you want to explore and don't have access to new tobaccos at the moment, ChatGPT is a good tool just to talk about tobaccos and kind of get a little bit of insight to the different kind of leaves has some good suggestions about maybe what you consider next time you can buy some tobacco, and maybe give you a little bit of insight to where you are in discovering what you like. I think that's a great advice from me personally. Of course, you don't have to do exactly that. Maybe you have some friends that can give you a more clear answer, but for me, this has been working pretty fine. I feel like right now I've reached a point where in my tobacco cabinet I have a few good tobaccos, and for the next few months I'm assured that I can get a nice reliable smoke. Anyways, guys, I hope you're well, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And other than that, I will see you next time. Take care.